A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my honor and my privilege to have the fifth career conversation. This is a global series of interviewing seasoned career professionals in their respective domains. So today we have a very seasoned guest, Dr. Kamran Musa. He is a known quality professional in Pakistan and globally as well. And he will be sharing to the distinguished audience around the globe about careers in quality management. This specific interview is focused for students that have recently completed their graduation. So that is the perspective for this interview. I would like to welcome and invite Dr. Kamran Musa to start his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raza. I'm honored to be on your show, and I also acknowledge the great work that you are doing in promoting the careers, especially for the students who are not very well clear on their future careers. So today first of all, I would like to give a small presentation to give and set the base for this field. And later on, we'll go into question and answer, maybe when we have those. So let me share with you. Are my slides clear now, Mr. Raza? Are slides visible? Yeah, okay. So I would like to give you a little overview of the field of quality management. There are a lot of confusions in the field, even in the professionals who are working in this area. So I hope that my presentation will hopefully clear some of those points, not only for the fresh graduates, but also for those who are in the initial or in the mid part of their careers. So the objective is to provide an awareness on professional development in quality management for career growth. Let me first of all talk about two aspects to this field. The subject, like in IT is not only for those people whose profession is IT, but IT is also required. A number of things in IT are required now for all types of professionals. So in the similar manner, quality management has two parts. One, quality managers or professionals whose totally life career will be in the domain of quality departments or quality trainers or quality managers or consultants, or they are working in the testing agencies or certification agencies and so forth, where the career is only based on the quality department or quality body of knowledge. However, there are so many other operational managers in public and private sector, even the top management in the production department, in supply chain departments, marketing, finance, medical personnel, engineers, academicians, and many others who are actually not the professionals in the field of quality, but they do require the body of knowledge in the field of quality management if they want to excel in their careers and if they want to prove quality of processes within their own processes or domains or the industrial domain. So I call them quality practitioners. So you can't be a third person than these two. Either you are a quality professional or you are a quality practitioner. No more. If you say that I am in marketing and I have nothing to do with quality practices, I think you're wrong. You have to learn, you have to grow with certain tools which this field can provide to you and excel in the field by using this field's technologies and tools. So quality management is not limited to the manufacturing sector. However, it originated in the manufacturing sector. Quality management was basically a core function of any manufacturing and still is a core function of any manufacturing. But now it is a core function of many services organization, defense organization, public services, like even if you are ministry, working in a ministry, as an NGO or in the NGO or in universities, colleges or schools or software development houses or process industries or you name it. So you perhaps there is no area which is where quality management is not practiced. Either the only thing problem is it may not be practiced by the terminologies of quality management, but the core concept and functions are are part of every manufacturing organization. So you can take the benefit of this field and grow yourself either as a quality practitioner or as a quality professional. Now, actually, this field itself, some people call it quality control, some people call it quality assurance, some people call it quality management. So let me give you an evolution of this field. Actually, this field started in the manufacturing sector by the title of quality control. And this quality control is basically related to products. So measuring and control of product in a lab or so. So if all the quality control labs basically who are actually testing, who are involved in testing or who are involved in inspection of products, they are basically in the quality control. And this is how the quality control, the original concept of quality control was. However, no matter how strong you are in quality control, you can't improve it. You can't improve the processes. You can't improve the products because processes are not in your control. So the field expanded into something called quality assurance. Now, quality assurance is basically a process approach. So working at the process level, whether the maintenance, you can see the breakdown of air conditioners and equipment, production equipment, or the product that you are making, but you can't improve it because it's manufactured through various processes and various integration of even processes. So the second level of quality assurance is to control the processes, not only the products, but also control the processes. So we call that aspect which controls the processes also is the field which is quality assurance. Like in ISO 9000, in many other management system standards, they focused on process conformity rather than only product conformity. However, the third level is a systems approach. It's a performance improvement approach. Even that, if you have made your SOPs, you are following the SOPs, you are auditing your SOPs and so forth, but still you can't improve compared to the other competitors or benchmarks who are continuously improving. So you have to put your organization in a state where it is continuously every year, every quarter, they are making performance improvement in their processes and their products. So this holistic approach, this whole field is actually quality management. If you are studying in the graduate, in undergraduate, and you will be going to a job, perhaps you may enter into a department. If you want to go into the field of quality professional, you may enter into a testing lab, perhaps, and that will categorize you as quality control specialist. You may enter into processes like in ISO 9000 and conformity of processes and so forth, or QMS, quality management systems. That will be quality assurance job. Auditing will be one of the main tool of that job. And the third will be developing the KPIs and performance improvement of each department in the organization. So the first level is basically level one level of job. This is the most limited area, the basic job, excuse me, you may enter. So if you are working currently in a lab, or if you enter into a lab, that may be considered level one job. And it is the lowest level of job, or you may say the starting level of the career of quality management. The level two is systems approach, where auditing will be the main thing, and developing SOPs, developing the organizational processing, establishing the processes, ensuring people and HODs are controlling their processes effectively, is basically level 2 job, where ISO 9000 and many ISO standards come into effect. And the third level is level 3 is continuous or strategic quality aspect, where you establish the KPI, performance indicators of each department of your organization. You lay down various teams in the organization, you carry out root cause analysis, you ensure that people are improving their processes and so forth. So, when you are, I've seen so many people stuck only at level 1 in their whole life. And even after 20 to 30 years, because they consider quality control as the holistic, as the total career goal, which it is not. So if you are working in quality control, you may make your career goals for quality assurance and quality management as well. However, this will require you to develop yourself, and currently businesses are basically, the field itself is expanding in various business sectors. Quality is now integrated with productivity as well, reducing wastages, making the organization more competitive. Even though that you are conforming to the standards, the problem is, are you competitive or not? This question has been raised in the last 1 decade. And now quality professionals also have to learn productivity improvement tools and techniques. But you must have heard of Q4 or Industry 4.0. Now everything is being converted into high-tech machineries where artificial intelligence is there, machines are working on their own, a lot of data is generated, big data analysis is there, and so forth. So the third element for the future is, now you can't be a good quality professional without learning and building your base of knowledge on data science as well. And that is usually called Q4.0 or Quality 4.0. That is, you take data, large amount of data, big data from the systems, and then use and analyze that data for making decisions, for ensuring through machine programming and so forth. So your career will require you to learn, first of all, a number of tools. In this field, in quality management, if you want to make a career for your life, then please look at these tools. These tools, there are a number of tools, and you have to learn all these tools or most of these tools depending on the country or the context or the company that you are working in. You may want to raise the level of your organization from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. That means from quality control to quality assurance to quality management. But for that, you have to be an expert within an organization. And that means you yourself have to learn ISO standards, quality awards or business excellence models like European Foundation for Quality Management or Baldrige Award models. Metrology is the science of testing and measurement. SPC is statistical process control used in production areas. Lean Six Sigma, which is data-based problem-solving techniques. Cost of quality, benchmarking, failure mode and effect analysis, quality function deployment, 5S, Kaizen, Gemba Kaizens. These are Japanese terminologies used for making teams, small teams, and driving them through various problem-solving steps. Then Q4.0 or Industry 4.0 has given us something more, that is Python and R languages and so forth, where you can use these languages also. So future quality professionals should be good in Python also and R language and data collection as well, if you want to enter into world-class companies and you want to make your position in those companies. Then normal tools of statistical analysis are very important, and these include Excel, Minitab, Power BI or Power Business Intelligence Program by Microsoft, or measurement system analysis and so forth. So basically, you must make your plan to learn these things to various learning modes. However, just knowing these things will not give you excellence in your career unless you are a good trainer, you are a good coach, and you can do auditing, because wherever you enter, you have to train the departments or the company people. So you must be a good trainer. You have to involve or engage yourself into with each person in your organization, and that requires a lot of coaching aspects and a lot of experience and skills in coaching, consulting, and auditing. Consulting can be internal to organization and can be external as your career. And the third one is, even if you are good coach or trainer or auditor, you still have to learn the governance and leadership model, how to drive how to drive these programs, because it's not easy to convince your organization to implement these tools like cost of quality, benchmarking, QFD, 5S. So you must have your own vision and mission and some strategic planning techniques you must know. If I ask you, for example, how will you, if you go to any organization for going for TQM or quality management, they'll ask you to, okay, go ahead and implement this thing. So for that implementation, do you know what is the vision and mission of and the policy should be made accordingly, how to make SOPs for that particular tool. So development of SOPs, and then how to make HODs accountable on those tools and techniques, how to make committees and engage yourself with the other people in the organization to deploy those aspects. So all these things, even if you go through, the fourth aspect is in which sector you are working. You have to choose a sector. For example, a medical doctor or a nurse can only make their career of quality management within hospitals or healthcare sector, and that will raise their level very rapidly. But if they change their sector, they will be stuck. For example, if they come to engineering, then they have to learn all the processes once again. So all quality professionals are not master of everything. They are particular, their scope is to aviation, manufacturing, healthcare, education, software, and so forth. So if you have an IT background, you can become a quality professional with respect to IT. If you are a doctor or a nurse or a pathologist and so forth, or pharmacist, you can make your career of quality professional in healthcare and so forth. And same way in engineering or a master or an MBA can be a good service sector quality professional and so forth. So for educational development, another thing is what types of education is available. In fact, in most of the countries so far, bachelor's level is hardly available in the field of quality management. People do their basic professional degrees or basic degrees in bachelor, like BBA or engineering or pharmacy or medical practices and so forth. So you must have a bachelor's degree, and then actually the specialization in quality management starts at a master's level. In Pakistan also, very few universities are offering quality management, masters in quality management. However, internationally, there are a number of such online and even physical or on-campus degrees are available at a master's level. So you must, if you're making up your career as a professional, then the masters, and if you are going to be an academician, as in universities and so forth, then even PhD will be necessary for you. But the basic thing is, you should not stop at a bachelor's level, because at bachelor's level, after bachelor level, the degrees starts in quality management. So if you have done bachelor's in chemistry or physics or even BBA, you have to consider going at a master's for a master's degree if you want to pursue your career there. In terms of certifications, there are a number of certifications throughout the world, and even in Pakistan, they are available, like certified quality professionals. In Pakistan also, a few institutions are offering. Then American Society for Quality, and then Chartered Quality Institute in UK, and in many other countries they are offering. So consider those certifications. These may be ISO lead auditor courses for ISO, Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma, Green Belt, Black Belt courses, project management courses, and certain these certifications. So in many countries, even certifications is more important for them rather than just academic degrees. However, you cannot just consider your career without certifications. You have to get into certifications. And then you also have to learn, a lot of these tools are not available in every certification. So you can go online and you can do courses from number of online course providers like Udemy, Coursera, edX, Udacity, Ellison, Stanford Online, lynda.com, and many more. So please, you can't stuck yourself with the justification that physical courses are not available. The whole world is open now online, and very cheap courses are available throughout the world. Don't waste your time. Even if you are a student, don't waste your time if you're considering this, because you will have to apply whether you're a practitioner or a professional. So you must go through basic necessary courses of quality that will strengthen your foundation for a robust, systematic professional, for making you a robust and systematic professional. You must, if you have just graduated, please consider taking an internship in any organization which is very strong in practicing very strongly in quality management. There are so many world-class companies in Pakistan like Aga Khan Hospital, Shaukat Khanum Hospital, Shifa International Hospital in medical sector, then Descon, then Indus Motor Automobile, Honda company, Hino Park company, Thal Engineering. Maybe I'm not remembering the name of so many other companies. Please consider, because just the degree and certification supported by your good internship in a company where you have practiced quality and where it is recognized will be a very valuable thing for you. For job experience, please consider that you are working in a QC department or a QA department or a quality management. So if you are in QC, consider the next year for you to raise your level to quality assurance and then maybe quality management. But please make sure just working in any department without strong focus and practices and job role in quality management, your career will not be strengthened. For all these things, one of the conditions for rapid growth is to be a strong, continuous learner. Please make sure, just without strong learner, you cannot be a strong professional in your life. And continuously, it doesn't matter whether you are 20 years of age, 30, 40, 50, 60, or even 70 years. You have to be strong learner. And just to keep this taxonomy in your mind, that learning has various different levels called Bloom's taxonomy. The lowest level of learning is memorization, called level 1, knowledge 1. Second is, if you are learning something, do you logically understand? That is called comprehension level. The third is, can you apply that tool like ISO 9000 or whatever? Have you learned to the level that you can apply? Analysis level is, are you able to audit that thing? Can you look at it from the systems point of view? Synthesis is, can you design this tool in any company, in any sector if you go? And evaluation is judgmental level, that is also required for judgment and auditing and these things. I'm not going into the detail, but what I'm saying is our traditional education is very much limited to the knowledge level and sometimes to the comprehension level. And as a result of our graduation in knowledge level and a little bit of comprehension, we get stuck in our life because our foundation of understanding and application knowledge is very weak in many of the cases. I'm just giving you this. You can see later on the roles of the quality departments in quality management. They are involved in planning, in coordination, in conducting training programs, internal audits, document control, formation and coordination of quality improvement teams, customer service, relationship management, rewards and awards program, newsletter on quality, suggestion and Kaizen system, monitoring and reporting the performance of quality in the organization, making KPIs and so forth, coordinating problem-solving processes, coordinating business process re-engineering, benchmarking, competitive analysis, facilitation on quality matters, interpretation of qualities in every department and section in the organization, maintaining quality database, promoting quality. So these are some of the things you must consider that you'll be doing or you should be doing in the organization to arrive at the highest level of quality management profession. So, are you quality practitioner? There are something that you have to learn from these tools. And if you're a quality professional, you have to in-depth learn these tools. So you have no escape, and these will make you very strong professionals, whether as a quality professional or quality practitioner. So the today's lesson is future of quality is definitely bright. Only if professionals prepare and develop themselves, plan your future and future career accordingly. And that's it, brother. I don't know if I've taken some more time, but anyway, it's taken a little bit more time. I wanted to go into a little more detail, but anyway, due to shortage of time, I hope I've given some of the foundation. So if you have any questions, Raza.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamran, for sharing a very comprehensive overview of the quality field. And I think the students and the graduates, not just the graduates, but also the mid-level professionals, as you rightly said, they would greatly benefit from this very authentic knowledge. I think I say authentic because there's a lot of knowledge that is available on social media, but when we get it from credible professionals, that automatically increases the credibility of it. So I just had a few questions, if we have some time. The students that are currently pursuing their graduation from different universities in Pakistan and globally, which subjects should they be proficient in to pursue a master's in a master's degree in quality management? What are the specific skills that they should be really good at to actually build upon?
First of all, please note that there are 2-3 types of people. There are professional degrees and there are basic sciences like chemistry, physics, mathematics. Unfortunately, people who are doing in basic sciences need to do something more in the management subject, because without having the management background, it's difficult, because quality management itself is a management subject. So the foundation of management is very strong, is required to be very strong. So if you are pursuing your degree in the basic sciences, please consider taking management courses as elective courses in your career for the bachelor's level. And if you're doing a professional degree, I'm sure some of the management subjects are there, and you can start your master's level later on in quality management or business excellence or quality assurance, whatever, from different universities in the country, and that will help you. Those who have taken BBA, for example, or engineering or similar subjects, and they have studied management subjects, will find it easier to go into the field. But I'm sorry, for just from the sciences background, people have to do something interim in between. Students should carefully select their elective subjects in management, especially towards the quality management, all those like project management, productivity management, quality management, supply chain management, human resource management. These some of these subjects are very important.
Thank you for sharing that. One of the things I noticed in your presentation was that this field is constantly evolving in this continuous improvement. So it is very important that the students, the graduates, and the employees, they should have a growth mindset. If you are very static and you like to be in the comfort zone, I think with all due respect, this is not the field for you. It is important that you should be constantly be progressive and constantly learn, unlearn, and have that curiosity to learn more things, and that's how you will be able to thrive in this quality management field. Coming to the conclusion of this very inspiring perspective from Dr. Kamran Musa, what will be your words of motivation for the students and for employees?
Just to add 1 or 2 points more. In quality, one of the core area in the field of quality is measurements. You know, you measure, and when you measure the performance, you measure the products, you measure the processes. So measurement is very important. And when you measure, even the machines in automation, when they measure, data is generated. So your whole, if you have to be good in statistics, you need to be, build your foundation also on statistics. Although advanced statistics is not what is required at all, and people should not be scared because of statistics, but the basic foundation of statistics is very much important. And second thing is application of statistical tools which interpret data, like Minitab software or Excel or a grip on Excel. At the undergraduate level also, please make sure you have strong grip on Excel. You have the basic foundation of statistics, which will be used. And one of the things that will help you is the understanding of the knowledge of systems and processes, and that knowledge will be there. So I think I've seen very few students who, from their very second or third year, they go into the practical life more by taking more internships and they enter into companies, they observe the companies. I strongly recommend students not to put 100% of their energy in the academic courses, but also try to, even if you have to go freely, free of cost or free of any compensation, go during your courses, try to find good companies and take 1 month, 2 month, 3 month internships and collect those internships, because that will help you a lot in forming your mindset as a practicing mindset, a realistic mindset, and a management perspective will come into your mind. And that mindset is very much missing in most of our students when they graduate, without having the practical knowledge or understanding of the organizations themselves. You must have good knowledge of understanding as soon as possible, and that doesn't require you to go into the industries after you graduate. So during your graduations, visit the industries, listen to the guest speakers who are talking on their industrial aspects, and basically go and take internships. And for those who are working in the companies, please visit your vendors from the organizational perspective point of view, from quality management point of view, and try to figure out and build your analytical and critical thinking on that aspect. That will critical thinking will give you, and the leadership will give you a lot of boost in your career development.
Excellent. Thank you very much and for sharing that. I really like this term, the practicing mindset. I think that is a very good take from today's interview. And it is important not just focusing on the actual academic knowledge, but as you rightly said, to have be more proactive in seeking work-related internships that will strengthen you as a potential candidate in the field of quality management. Thank you very much for your valuable insights. And I look forward that people will contact you. Just to let you know that Dr. Kamran Musa is the CEO of the Pakistan Institute of Quality Control. So you can contact him. The website is available. Just Google him up. And he's always willing to help the younger generation. Thank you for your time once again.
It's been my pleasure with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Raza. Thank you.
Thank you.